どこから見てもいつまでもスタイルも人生素敵だよ一生 killing it 不安でもどこから見ても素敵だよ行くよ
Good day guys, Kami here. Welcome back to Langrisser 4.0 News from the Future, featuring October to November hero Emperor Lavina on the left and on the right Maiden of the Ark, aka Future Aries and Future Licorice. So yeah, on part 1 of video we'll be featuring Maiden of the Ark. And well, if you put a lolly in a time machine, you gotta put it while the time machine is hot, you gotta blow and then put it in your mouth. Noise. Okay, just a joke. Okay, so at the end of the video, we'll be showing the translations of the rough translations of the skills and effect based on my understanding at the end. So watch to the end, and then upcoming we'll be also posting the trailer of the characters. So it's these two characters will be playing an important role in the upcoming 4.0 story timeline, in both story and timeline. Yep, that's what I mean. All right, so let's get started. And very great thanks to information shared and provided by the Langrisser mobile app. So yep, looking at her talent. So the talent featuring a rank 6 Maiden of the Ark. The talent is Demonic Shadow within the heart or underneath the heart. So or deep within the heart, whichever sounds nice. Alright. Okay, let's go through. So number 1, the higher the unit HP, the higher the intelligence increase. So maximum it will be increased to 20%. And yeah, apparently it will be able to stack with your faction buff. Then when actively dealing damage to enemies, 100% deal a strong debuff to them. Oh my god, strong debuff. That is a very great and useful word. Then number 3, when being attacked and take damage, 100% deal a random debuff to the enemy. So okay, I'm gonna take it as the debuff will last for 2 turns. And so then featuring the faction will be from she's finally the protagonist and Princess Alliance and Mythical Realm. Okay, but she's missing out from the Darkness faction. Okay, it looks like she has abandoned Bozo. Yeah, right, looking at her initial path, so okay. So the mage path, that's the initial that she begin. So right, she has ice attack. So ice strike, attack a single enemy, do 1.5 times damage, effective against Lancer. Then second is the new skill. So I'm gonna roughly go with like Shadow Interdependence. So right, it's an active skills with tons of effects to explain. So it's kind of break into 3 stages. So right, so it's a transformation skills with 6 turns cooldown. Okay, CD of 6. So once you cast the skills, it's active skills. So number 1, transform and enter demonic form state. So after transforming, oh god, almost get started. Okay, after transformation, you increase the damage dealt by her by 20% and increase her movement speed by +1. And after dealing damage to enemy, deal 2 random debuff to them. And demonic state will last for 3 turns. And whoa, apparently if you remember, let us go back to her talent. So let us quickly recap and repeat so you guys can know kind of how OP or great she might be. So number 1, the higher the unit HP she has, the higher the intelligence increase, 20% maximum when at full HP. Then number 2, when actively dealing damage to enemies, 100% deal a strong debuff to them. When being attacked and take damage, 100% deal random debuff to enemy. So back to the transformation. So the first part, so okay, her talent increase her intelligence while her transformation skills increase her damage and also increase her movement speed. Then after dealing damage to enemy, she in addition will be dealing 2 more debuff, random debuff to them. So you'll be doing 1 strong debuff and 2 random debuff against enemy. So that's pretty much an extra bozo you're getting. So that's whoa. And that's kind of spells the end of Rose and Seal's era, because she should not be able to block that much of a debuff unless it's really well planned. Okay, so part 2. When demonic state left 1 turn, the caster will lose control and stand by on current positions and then gain the following effect. Number 1, the damage taken by the hero will be reduced by 80%. Number 2, the hero will not be able to move. Number 3, the position cannot be shift nor be teleport. Number 4, at the end of a turn, deal damage to enemies and allies. 0.4 times magic in damage in a 4 times 3 straight line direction around her, and the damage will do 3 random debuff to units that got hit. So this is the second part. I'm going to repeat again. It definitely sounds too much to absorb for some of you viewers out there, so that's why you got to watch to the end for the notes. Alright, so let's repeat again. So on this phase 2, when the demonic state left only 1 turn, Maiden of Ark will lose control in the game. So basically she will not be able to move. You can't really control. She'll be on standby on current positions, and she will have both a plus and minus effect. So basically like a double-edged sword. So the first effect is that the damage taken by her will be reduced by 80%. Then she's not able to move at all. Then number 3, the position of her cannot be shift nor be teleport. That's definitely a great downside. You'll not be able to save her or evade her from incoming danger. Then number 4, at the end of the turn, she will deal magic damage, 0.4 times magic damage in 4 direction. In, I presume it's a 4 by 5 or 4 by 6 straight line AoE damage around her, and unit that got hit, allies and enemies alike, will get 3 random debuff. So yep, with adding on to her talent, she basically can cast at this stage 5 debuff, transformation and talent. So yep, that's pretty scary. Okay, now we are moving on to third part of the transformation skill. So number 3, when demonic state effect vanish, she'll gain the following effect. Recover her unit HP by 100%. Number 2, all skill CD will be reduced by 3. Do note that demonic state cannot be dispelled or immune. After casting this skill at the end of a turn, the buff you have will not be reduced. So right, this is the third stage. So let us repeat again. So for the third stage, number 1, when demonic state effect vanish, gain the following effect. Licorice or Maiden of Ark will recover her own unit HP by 100%. Number 2, all skill CD will be reduced by 3. In addition of the whole effect, demonic state effect cannot be dispelled nor immune. After casting this skill at the end of a turn, the buff you have will not be reduced. So yep, that explains the 3 phases of her transformation skill. It is very long, but it definitely is one scary, strong, and bad skill alike. It's a double-edged sword. So, yep. But nonetheless, it's still very powerful. Okay, then go to her wizard line. So don't worry, when on the end of this 2 news video, the upcoming video I'll be doing will be on the demo video of the demo play, so we will be able to look more upon the play style and the effect itself. So right, the mage path. So okay, dark side. So the usual stuff: attack a single enemy, deal 1.3 times damage, ignore 30% magic defense after battle, recover 50% damage heal. Okay, then the third class of the first path, wizard. Okay, forget. So it's an AoE skill, deal AoE to multiple enemy, deal 0.3 times magic damage, cause them to lose or disable their passive skills. Then the second skill, acid. So AoE 0.3 times magic damage to multiple enemy, cause them to not be able to heal. So yep, okay, the usual stuff. So now to the new path, the second path, the light dark envoy path. Well, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that for now. So apparently it's a demon class. So right, she's going to go more like Bozo because she's finally getting his skills. So she finally received her own sleep. So target one enemy on the field, single enemy deal 0.25 times AoE damage, dispel 3 buff from them, and cause them to not be able to move next turn. This effect cannot be dispelled, so we will be skipping, and now going to the new skill. So the second class, third path. Okay, light and dark envoy or wanderer. No, definitely not wanderer. Okay, so new skill number 2. I'm gonna call it piercing heart, demonic light. So it's a magic AoE damage skills. It have a range of 7 with a CD of 4 turns. So right, let's go through the effects. Number 1, damage enemies in a straight line and deal 0.33 times magic AoE damage to enemy. Number 2, deal a random debuff on enemy hit. Number 3, cause enemy unable to obtain act again effect. So this is definitely much more straightforward and easy to understand. So let's summarize again. So right, piercing heart, demonic light. It's a magic AoE damage skills. It has a range of 7. It's a straight line skill. It has CD of 4 turns. So okay, number 1, damage enemies in a straight line and deal 0.33 times AoE damage to them. Number 2, deal a random debuff from enemy hit. Number 3, cause them unable to obtain act again effect. So then the last skill obtained is black hole. So it's a magic damage, deal AoE damage 0.36 times to enemy and deal 2 random debuff to enemy. So apparently she, Maiden of the Ark of Future Licorice, apparently she gained almost the full power of Bozo. So some quick short summary that as she grow up, she's kind of losing herself despite she tried to remain and put herself in control, and which you can see some spoilers that will be described and shown in the trailer. So okay, then moving on to the 3C skill. So right, the 3C skills will be known as Sorrow of Light. The type is still magic. The range is a cast range of 5 squares or tiles times 3 line, and it has CD of 610. So you do notice a lot of the skills have 5 to 610, and it has a very good synergy with a transformation, because after her transformations and all skills will be reset their cooldown by at least 3 turns, so you kind of get quick cooldown. So we can, well, possible we might not need to play clock enchantment for Maiden of Ark, just go with magic straight. Alright, so it's a cooldown of 6 turns, cast range of 5 times 3. It's a straight line AoE skills. So alright, number 1. Damage all enemies in 3 straight lines and deal 0.38 times magic damage. Number 2. Deal 2 random debuff to enemy hit. Number 3. When under demonic state, will in addition convert enemy's holy soldier unit into demon's unit. The effect will last for 2 turns. Okay, this calls for a new combo strategy, but okay, let's re-summarize first before we go into that. So right, Sorrow of Light effect. Number 1, damage all enemies in 3 straight lines and deal 0.38 times damage to them. Number 2, deal 2 random debuff. Number 3, if under demonic state, will in addition convert enemy holy soldier units into demon. The effect will last for 2 turns. So apparently, I guess they're trying to bring back the princess faction of Chiffonel. So apparently, if Licorice can convert enemy soldiers from holy to unholy or demon, and that's definitely a great combo with Chiffonel. She'll be dealing more critical or addition damage to enemies. So just suggesting this might be a hint for greater combo or synergy. So alright, that's all for Licorice. So next video will be featuring Emperor Lavina, aka Future Ares, and this is a new soldier unit she'll be getting. So it's a wall breaker, catapult, or spear shooter. So okay, units attack range will increase by +1 and attack will increase by 20% if before battle you did not move. Increase the attack by additional 15%, or if you move more than 3 squares or tiles, the damage dealt on battle will be reduced by 30%. So okay, it's again like a double-edged sword. There's plus and minus to the effect. So maybe I will not stick to this. Don't sound so good. So right, next we'll be featuring Emperor Lavina. Stay tuned and watch to the end for the summary. So right, this is Kami. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys. Goodbye.